Well, hi, Jeff Shore back with you as we've been talking about boldness, about this need to develop that characteristic of humble boldness, of that idea that when we face our discomforts, we are going to have to make this decision as to what we're going to do. Am I going to give in to these discomforts, or am I going to act boldly and do the things that I know I need to do in order to be as strong as I can be in my sales career? And I think one of the most important things that you can do for that is to be able to come to grips with your discomfort, to be able to be honest with your discomfort, to be able to look at it and recognize it and say, I know when I hit this part of the sale, I'm going to find discomfort. I know that when a customer says this to me, it makes me uncomfortable. Now, we're going to be talking about what we do when we reach that point, but the first thing we need to do is to be aware of it. The first thing we need to do is understand, to come to grips with that discomfort, to understand this is a sensitive spot for me. But I'm going to ask you to do one other thing. When you come to grips with your discomfort, I want you to be brutally honest with what is, not with what could be. You see, the problem that we have oftentimes is that as we're coming to grips with our discomfort, we start playing out in our minds these worst case scenarios as to what can happen if the sale progresses in a bad way. But I'm going to suggest to you that your mind is on threat sensitive alert, and it's going to start making up scenarios that just aren't true. So I want to encourage you to come to grips with what is. And the best way to do that is to think through, for this discomfort, what is the realistic worst case scenario? What's the realistic worst case scenario? The customer is not going to be happy about the price? Hey, guess what? They weren't happy about the price already. The customer is going to continue to be snarky? Well, they've already been snarky. So when we look at it, we go, what's the worst case scenario? Well, here's one worst case scenario that probably is not going to happen with most of your discomforts. You're probably not going to die, okay? You're going to make it. You're going to survive. Be brutally honest with what is. Because I think what you're going to find is that the fear of the discomfort is worse than the discomfort itself. And you want to be able to work through that. You want to be able to look at it and recognize. This is why I encourage you to start with small discomforts. Because when you overcome those small discomforts, then you look at it and you go, yeah, that wasn't so bad. That's the typical response that we see. And now we gain confidence, we gain self-esteem, we gain that sense of mastery of what it is that we're doing a little bit at a time. Come to grips with your discomfort. Stop burying them. Stop pushing them under the rug and pretending like they don't exist. Let them guide you as to where you're going to make the most significant impact in your career. Let them guide you as to how you can help a customer to change their world.